Norm Pratt, how are you? Welcome to the beaches. Hey, Vasily, good to see you. Vasily came to the rescue. Save the day. And I made a short, and I am confident that you've seen it. Lots of views. Vasily saving the day at election. Hey, David Bangormain, how are you? Yeah, so I have not been doing a lot of stuff on YouTube, watching or making or doing because of this election where I was working. Over a 120-hour period, I worked 70 hours. So worked 70 and slept 50, basically. Now that's over. And I don't think there's any doubt. Results of the election. What followed? I'll tell you what followed. NDP is toast. NDP has shit the bed. They have always been unelectable. And their leader, Jasdeep Singh, has resigned. So they are done. They're toast. And one of the best examples of them shitting the bed is Brian Mass, who has been an MP, Member of Parliament, for 20 years in Windsor West. And I have actually campaigned for him. And he is NDP through and through. A very progressive, great person. And he lost to a conservative in Windsor. And Windsor is a hotbed of progressive lefties. It is an NDP stronghold. And for the first time in history, the Conservatives won that riding. That, hey Medina, how are you? That is called shitting the bed. NDP shit the bed. And they no longer hold the balance of power. The Bloc Québécois does. So, Bloc Québécois has the power to defeat the new government anytime it wants. And that is huge. I am going to get walking. Welcome to the beaches. This is my favorite apartment building that I don't live in. Hey, how are you? Oh, Yoshi's heading downtown. Hey, Dennis, good to see you. Yoshi, I will be downtown at some point. I am just doing a live stream here in the beaches. I expect there's going to be an Epic Ninja joining me pretty soon. After we have some Swiss Chalet, I'm going to head downtown. I don't know what Epic Ninja's doing, but we will see. So what, it's almost 2 o'clock. I imagine I'll be heading downtown around 3:30. Look for all those Leaf fans. Vasili's working. Yeah, Vasili saved the day. Part of the rule for elections is you can't leave. You have to stay on the property the entire time. Like, even though I'm across the street from Burger Priest and the Starbucks and the Timmy's, I can't go to any of those things. Toronto Walker, how are ya? So yeah, it was no surprise to me that the Liberals won the election. It was a surprise that the NDP got devastated and barely have party status anymore. And their leader immediately resigned. Pierre Poilievre, who shit the bed also for the Conservatives, because he wouldn't distance himself from Trump. Didn't even win his own riding, so that is pretty big. Fun fact, in 1963, the Liberals won the federal election with a majority government. And who won the Stanley Cup in 1963? Well, I don't know. Yoshi says he got his dinner yesterday. I don't know what that means. But Yoshi and I both worked the election yesterday. A long day. I got there at 8:30 and I left at 11:15, which is much sooner than I expected. The ballot counting went very well. Well, Toronto Walker, I think I support your thinking, because hey, I think maybe we got the horses to do it this time, and I will use all my St. Patrick's Day parade skills to help build a Toronto Maple Leaf parade. Let's go into the park. This is a very comfy chair here, by the way. Hey, Cole Sloth, how are you? Cole Sloth just hanging around. Municipal Finance Officers Association of Ontario. They got all these cool little 4-story buildings down here in the beaches. I live in one of them. And we are in Kew Gardens. And it's 25 degrees. I heard somebody saying it's going to go down to 0 tonight, which is just weird. Yeah, so this is where I live. This is the beaches. Everything gets planted with a purpose these days. So that's a tree in memory of Jenny Scott, who had a long life. we'll see. It's a little bit windy, and when windy meets warm weather, you often get a storm. I checked the radar earlier; everything seemed fine. This is one of my favorite places to be because it has some of the oldest trees in Toronto, and we're looking at them right now. Yeah, I don't know where I'm watching the game tonight. I was thinking Boston Pizza. I kind of threw that out there on an Instagram chat, but nobody wanted to go to Boston Pizza. Everybody had plans, and Boston Pizza, it's the kind of place I like the beer at Boston Pizza, but the food sucks at Boston Pizza. They don't even have a pizza oven in the Boston Pizza. So what does that tell you? This red oak, likely the oldest tree in Kew Gardens, estimates suggest it sprouted in the early 1800s and produced its first acorns in the 1850s. Kew Gardens is close to the eastern boundary of the land covered by Treaty 13, signed in 1805 by the Crown and the Mississaugas at the head of Lake Ontario. This tree took root by the time the treaty was created. Before colonization, this part of the waterfront was a forest that contained many red oaks and natural creeks. When this red oak was still young, the neighboring land was farmed by Joseph Williams and Jane Henry. In 1879, the family turned this property into Canadian Kew Gardens, which offered camping, picnicking, and amusements to tourists attracted to the beaches. The family sold the land to the City of Toronto in 1907. It became a public park. So red oaks are native to southern Ontario and can be found throughout the city. Under optimal conditions, they can live to 500 years old. Oh, that's neat. Press that button, please. Thank you. Am I good at making homemade pizza? I don't bother. I did go to chef school, and my chef, Rainer Schindler, had certain philosophies about things. He said things like, if you can make an apple pie as good as Sara Lee, go ahead, but I don't think you can, and I don't think you can do it for the same amount of money. So why bother? Just let Sara Lee make the apple pies. That's my philosophy about pizza. There are 100 pizza places within 5 miles of here, and all make better pizza than I can. So why bother? So Toronto Walker's planning to watch at the Rose Theatre outside in Brampton. They got a big screen TV, not so crowded like Scotiabank Arena outside. Yoshi's going to that. Yoshi's going to the tailgate, and that's pretty cool. I still have to plan my life. Ema is at my place right now with Muzzy, and so I have to kind of check to see what Ema wants to do. Yeah, it's true about a lot of things. Hey, coleslaw. Yep. Now, one of my favorite things to do is make lasagna. And I defy anybody to make a lasagna as good as me. So that's one thing I will hang my hat on. There's a guitar player, Toronto living, Beaches living, David Wilcox. Do the Bearcat is a song that you might remember. Fantastic guitarist. And I saw him do a free concert here, right in that gazebo. Hey, Span, how are ya? Good to see ya. Yeah, Muzzy is the boss. Muzzy is the boss. So Ema thinks that she's the boss too. So you got two bosses in my apartment right now figuring it out. And I had such a long day away from Muzzy because of the election. Ema came over and slept over just so she could give Muzzy some company, which I appreciate. Hey Juanita, good to see you. Sapand is everywhere. And here's a nice baseball diamond. I have played in a league here. This is one of those diamonds that's not big enough, and that you hit a home run and you got a home run because somebody didn't want to run into a tree. Hey Jazz, good to see you. So I do apologize for the wind. It is a little bit windy here today. Hopefully that doesn't translate into a storm. So my plan was just to get a live stream out of my system because I've been so busy with this election business and working at my full-time job. This is like my first day off that I can remember in a long time. Yes, and the King of North York is everywhere. So my plan is just to here do a little bit of a live stream for a bit. And the Epic Ninja Liam is coming down to the beaches, and we're going to go to Swiss Chalet because two can dine for $19.99. And I'm not a cheap fuck, but hey, I can't resist. Two can dine for $19.99 at Swiss Chalet. In the distance, I hear Supertramp. Somebody's got some kind of ghetto blaster going on with Supertramp. So I'm going to stay away from that because the copyright doesn't bother me so much as far as monetization as I am monetized. This is more of a hobby for me. But when processing the video, it will pick up a copyright and then it will make the stream for later showing unavailable in certain regions, and that's just annoying. Now there is a new feature that I've noticed. If you have, if you're walking downtown, you walk by a store and they're playing God knows what, and you get a copyright strike, you can have that removed by pressing a button, and it will remove that song from your stream. And that's kind of a handy feature. But that's for like a quick thing. Stuff is starting to bloom. The cherry blossoms are a thing now. I remember when the pandemic was happening, there was a live stream put on by the City of Toronto in Hyde Park, and all it was a camera facing the cherry blossoms, and you weren't allowed to go look at the cherry blossoms. Oh, Mark D was at Swiss Chalet on Sunday. Tell me what you had. What's your favorite? I think I'm just gonna have a quarter chicken dinner. Yeah, me, Henry, and Liam went to the Swiss Chalet before the Jays game. Yeah, that was great. That was good times. I do remember that. Coal Sauce is gonna go pet some cats. Red Oak, Quercus rubra, donated by head office staff in appreciation of Ivan Forrest for dedicated service to the City of Toronto as Commissioner of Parks and Recreation from 1965 to 1983. So Marty, what did you have Sunday? Yeah, I know I haven't been. Oh, she had the quarter chicken and lava cake. Oh, lava cake. Really? Smashing Machine movie trailer. I have no idea who the lead actor was, and it surprised me. Smashing Machine movie trailer. Okay, well, I'll try to remember that. Here's an apple tree. Here, it's about a day away from sprouting. I've never had a lava cake at Swiss Chalet. This is the time of year where I take Claritin because I get my nose running constantly. And for years I thought I just was getting a summer cold or a spring cold and just suffered through it. And somebody said, no, you've got allergies. And I'm like, I do not. They said, take this pill. And I did. It was life-changing. Everything's got a plaque on it now. Gordon Jean Christie, 1926-2015. Q Beach Bible Class, Remembering. Now the Swiss Chalet that I'm going to with Epic Ninja Liam has changed its format. So you used to go in there and mostly they do takeout. And it's like a takeout machine, but you could go in there and you can sit down and have somebody, usually the manager, just serve you. Just like you're in a normal restaurant. And they've changed the format, so now you have to go to the counter, order everything that you want, pay for it, and then they kind of put it on a tray and deliver it to your table yourself, which is weird. Coke, coal. And I gotta watch myself because that Epic Ninja will pop out around the corner from me when I'm not paying attention, because he is a ninja. Random patio stones. I'll go up towards the library. So many puppies in this neighborhood. During the election, I was a greeter. We call it information officer. I don't know why. Essentially, I was a greeter in an old school that was built in 1963, not far from here. And they've got these big, heavy doors. So my job was to open those big, heavy doors because seniors have a tough time doing that kind of thing. And every time I opened those big, heavy doors, a senior said, "Oh, then my shoulders, thank you, young man." And I appreciate them calling me young man. Do I have a wind muff? I do, and I forgot it. And I tested out the wind muff, and it works okay if I'm filming, but it doesn't work when I'm using Prism for a live stream because it covers up the camera wrong. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is the reality. So yes, I have a wind muff, and I forgot it at home, and I wouldn't have used it anyway for this live stream. This purple business is nice. So my plan is this: switch LA, then head downtown and see Yoshi, who is going to the tailgate party. I'm not going to the tailgate party, but Yoshi's got tickets, so that should be fun. There's a random pumpkin. Here is the Kew Beach Library, one of 3 Carnegie libraries that exist in Toronto. Dale Carnegie, philanthropist and overall library enthusiast, donated the money to build this library. And thankfully, thank you, wind has died down a little bit. And nice big windows in this library. Well, another music enthusiast, so I'm going to walk away from that. In memory of Dale Reinhardt, Nenny, beloved wife, mother, friend, and educator, forever in our thoughts and prayers. Everything has a plaque. And we're looking at Queen Street. Hey, Christine Wiego, how are ya? I am just doing a little bit of a live stream. I had to get one out of my system because I've been so swamped with election work and actual work for the election. It pays pretty good. I worked 5 days. 5 days is 120 hours in it, and of those 120 hours I clocked in 70 hours. That's a lot of hours. And the good thing is Good Friday, it was time and a half. And I happily work on Good Friday when they say it's time and a half. And then everything after 8 hours in a shift is also time and a half. So do the math. On Good Friday, there are Christmas lights in this tree. Interesting. So on Good Friday, I got there at 7 a.m. because we have to set up and introduce each other and learn our roles. And then polls opened at 9 and they closed at 9. But then we didn't get out of there until after 10. So I worked, a 15-hour day? 15-hour day at time and a half, and then after 8 hours, time and a half again. Thank you, Elections Canada. Well, Epic Ninja is at Swiss Chalet. Okay, well, I'm going to head over there, Ninja. I will walk over to Swiss Chalet. So stay where you are, Liam. I should be there in like 5 minutes. So that is Good Friday out of the way. And then, although Easter Monday is not an official holiday, they decided to pay us time and a half anyway. And again, get there at 8 a.m. and work until 10 p.m. Time and a half. And anything after 8 hours, also time and a half. So I worked 70 hours in a 120-hour period. Most of it, time and a half. So thank you, Elections Canada. And thank you, Vasily, for dropping off a coffee yesterday. He really saved the day. They filmed a little Sobo in this area, did they? At the restaurant where I work, one of the servers was actually in an episode of The Littlest Hobo. And it's an episode that actually had Al Waxman in it. And I've actually seen the episode. She was just a little girl and an actress. And still an actress. But of course the joke is, what do you do for a living? Well, I am an actor. Well, what restaurant? Yeah, you know what, Marty, it is a long day. I mean, basically I'm just saying hello to people, opening doors and being friendly. And I had a shit ton of dog treats because everybody has a dog here in the beaches. So I made friends with lots of dogs and people. And yeah, we traded off breaks, 5 minutes here and there. You can have a half an hour if you need it. There are busy times, like between 4 and 7, when people are off of work. And they walk their dogs and they come to vote. So you don't have a break during that time. But yeah, plenty of breaks and time to relax. Lots of snacks. Anybody who followed election news, you probably know that Good Friday had record voting for advance polls. We're expecting 200 to 300 people, and 1,000 people showed up. Not a lie to say that we were overwhelmed. We were absolutely overwhelmed. And we should have seen it coming, because when the government called the election and then scheduled advance polls for Easter weekend, so Good Friday, everybody had the day off, and then they closed all the stores and told people to go vote, and they did. So all across Canada, Good Friday had record-breaking advance poll records. Yes, Christine Wheel, this is the beaches. This is Queen Street East in Winneba, and I'm heading to the Swiss Chalet where Epic Ninja Liam is waiting, and we're going to take advantage of the Two Can Dine for $19.99 at Swiss Chalet. And why not cross the street? This is a cool breakfast sandwich spot that was here for years, and now it's gone out of business, sadly. Christine Wiegel watches him when she's trying to fall asleep. Hopefully it's not a live stream, she's watching it fall asleep. But something relaxing that I've been doing lately is just filming, finding interesting places to sit with my Pocket 3 and put it in between my legs and kind of out of sight and just press play. And it's easy for me to do half an hour before work. Just a few dabs of CBD oil and I'll be fine. Oh, Christine Wiegel was coming to Toronto to make some videos. That's awesome. Hey, Matt. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are
Good
you
to see
doing?
you. Good. Say hello. You're on YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
This is Matt, one of the guys who was helping us out for the election at the school. Anyway, good to see you, bud.
Have a very good day.
All right. Hey, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. How are you? Well, that was Matt. Matt was one of the custodians at the school. Super helpful too. And I'm guessing he's on his way for his shift. And just about at the Swiss Chalet. Now, where is that ninja? Now, anybody who has a dog in the beaches knows this store, this Hallmark store. The reason they know is there's a post office in the back that has dog treats. And you can't not get your dog past this place without going in for a treat. And the reason I'm in this part of the beaches is because I just came from oh, there's a ninja. I just watered my sister's dog. And here we go. Here he.
Not live, real life this time.
Epic Ninja. How are you, bud?
Good.
Good to see you.
Who's this? Who's this?
Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello, Christine Wiegel.
Hi, Christine.
Say hello, everybody. Toronto doo-wop guy, Medanos. And
I know, I was watching.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
nice.
I was watching.
Very nice.
I was doing-
All right, well, I'm not going to film us eating. No. So we're just going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go because Two Can Dine for $19.99 at Swiss Chalet.
Yes.
You'd be a fool not to take advantage of such a thing. So I'm going to thank everybody for hanging out in this live stream. And I don't know if Mark says hello.
Hello.
I don't know if Yoshi's going live, but we'll find out pretty soon. Yeah, after this, I'm going to head downtown, and Yoshi's doing the tailgate. I'm not doing the tailgate,
I'm not going down.
but I'm going to go down and just
Yeah.
check it out. Maybe film like
Who
that.
knows? I may be there.
Yeah. All right. So, everybody, take care, and I will see you in the ether.